Afternoon, guys. I'm going to do this real quickly before I hop in the shower and get ready for work. Maybe get ready to go and get a little lunch before then. But thought I'd give you a bit of a channel update. As you know, we are in the second week of things being back to normal around here. Yeah. My mom, of course, went back to work on the 15th, and things have been back to normal. Some things do change, some things kind of stay the same, especially with the weekend and stuff, so what can you expect there? But yeah, a lot's going on, honestly. Me and my mom's future right now at this house is kind of in question. We don't know whether or not we'll be able to stay or possibly end up moving, and my mom's already looking at the fact that we may have to move. And the only problem about that is looking around that, there's a lot of houses that could be in our price range to rent. It's just more along the lines that we have pets, and some of them are kind of like a little reluctant, if not totally against pets being there. And I can understand that. It's like, well, if you have pets, they might destroy the place and all that. But when I see them saying no pets and all that, I see basically folks that, they may allow pets, but they may ask for another deposit upon your rent. Like, if your rent's $1,000 or $1,200, they may ask for another $100 or $200. So it's like, okay, fine, here you go. But we're gonna find a place, and hopefully it won't be as bad. Things will change a lot. I mean, I'm looking at the fact that I'm in the process of maybe having to sometime down the line transfer, and I'm not really looking forward to that. Really, I'm not really looking forward to the possible fact that I may have to transfer from my job here in Patterson to another Walmart, depending on where we live, whether it's Modesto or it's Ceres or wherever. So I'm not really looking forward to that. I'm not really looking at leaving this place, because I know people. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Hopefully, God willing, we'll be able to stay, because there are some options our landlord is giving us. It's just very questionable why, all of a sudden now he's doing this. And, it's like, we go on vacation. The thing is, he wants us to live here, but basically right now we're in a situation to where, one, we can't qualify to buy anything, because, for those of you watching, how difficult it is to try to qualify to get your own home, and it's not easy. It's not easy at all to get your own home. And so we're still going to end up renting, but the thing is, we don't know whether or not the people that will buy this house will have people ready to move in, or we don't know what's going to happen. Because basically the landlord, he wants to, from what I understand, he wants to do an open house when we're not here, and he can't do that. I mean, yeah, it's his it's his property and stuff, but renters' rights and everything, he can't legally do that. He can't have no, key box or anything to open up the doors and stuff like that. He can't have any of that, because that's in our rights. That's invasion of privacy. And, me and my mom are kind of getting this suspicious feeling that something's just not right, that something's not clicking. Because, maybe some of you could answer this out there, but, don't usually landlords or landladies or whatever, whoever you pay rent to, don't they usually give you at least a month notice, before they do something? Like, hey, in a month, I might be selling the house in a month, so I'm just getting you ready. He lets us know, basically. He leaves a message on our phone while we're coming back from Santa Cruz, and that's the message he wants to tell us. And it's like, shouldn't they give us like maybe a month in advance to say, okay, maybe we need to start looking somewhere just in case and stuff. I mean, to my mom, it's really weird, because we had a friend of a friend of my second oldest sister and her husband come out here and work on our air conditioning and fix it so we can have air conditioning. And you know, we paid him. My mom paid him physical money. She didn't pay him by check or credit. You know, it was by physical cash. And by law, our landlord had to deduct that out of our rent. Now, maybe it's me, and maybe it's my mom, but it seemed like, you know, our landlord seemed a little reluctant to do that. So it was, you know, so it seemed a little questionable. But you know, he finally did it. You know, after he talked to my sister and my brother-in-law's friend, you know, he did it. He did agree. But it's like, you know, seriously, you know, why are you so reluctant? And now all of a sudden, it's like, not even long after that, he decides he wants to sell the place. And you know, and there's a lot of things. It's like one of the things my mom points out is that something just fell off because he's not, you know, really, you know, sending his, you know, his maintenance guy or any kind of maintenance person that he could trust to come out and look at certain things. You know, we have a drainage, basically, as he calls it, but it's a leak that even a friend of ours, a friend of the family's who works in real estate, said is his responsibility to fix. So, you know, I don't know what's going on, honestly, but it just feels like something's not right. And you know, his wife owns a beauty salon, a beauty salon or something like that. So we don't know if he's in. You know, my mom's questioning whether or not he's in debt or if this is happening or that's happening. She doesn't really know. So. You know, she's just trying to figure out in her mind, okay, what is the reason all of a sudden for this happening? And you know, we even question sometimes whether or not if he really has another house he's buying or something. And it's like, out of all the properties he has, you know, why isn't he selling any of those? You know, he might be as well. He might be putting people living in those houses in the same bind. But it's like, why all of a sudden? Why out of nowhere? You know, and again, shouldn't there be like some kind of notice that, hey, maybe letting us know that, hey, maybe in a month or so, you know, I might be selling. I might be considering selling, putting it on the market. You know, shouldn't there be some kind of, you know, notice maybe a month or so in advance? Because I remember living in my apartment. They at least gave us a month or so before they moved me and other occupants to other apartments because they were renovating. So I remember that. I remember living on the second floor and they said, okay, you're going to the third floor because, you know, we're going to be renovating this area, but you need a place to live. And that's why I went. Now, if I had stayed in those apartments, I probably would have ended up staying with my dad for a little bit because they were renovating again. They were getting ready to renovate in the coming year of 2008. So, you know, like I said, had I stayed, I might have ended up staying with my dad for a bit before going back and living in a renovated apartment area. But the truth is, at least they gave us the courtesy to let us know that they gave us enough time to, you know, get our things together and take them up to our next apartment area. They gave us time. They didn't just say, oh, well, we're going to do this. Oh, well, you got this short time. And it's like, where'd this suddenly come from? You know, at least they told us what was going to happen and stuff. They gave us time. This to me and my mom just, you know, it just doesn't make any sense. It's like, why out of nowhere are you suddenly doing this? You know? Well, it's like, you know, it's like, why all of a sudden out of the blue does he decide to do this? You know, is it because, you know, he had to deduct the rent? You know, does he not believe in the renter's rights? Does he not believe that as a landlord, that's your responsibility? That when your your tenant takes their own money and pays for the repair, that you gotta deduct that? I mean, I don't get it. You know, that's what bugs me, folks. But anyway, I know we're a little long there on that, but that's what this channel update is, to let you know what's going to be happening. So in the future, I might be filming in another location, another house down the line, just to let you know. That could be within the next month or two. So again, just letting you know what's going on. And otherwise, besides that, there is a package coming. I do have a package opening happening tomorrow. I just recently went on Amazon and I was planning originally to get 4 things, but I can get the other 2 down later on because they'll be cheaper on their own. And I don't have to, try to, get them as quickly as I want to get these, because I want to get these quickly so nobody questions it. Because if I go by 2-day delivery, my mom will be here and she'll wonder what the heck is this, you know what I'm saying? But I do have 2 packages coming. I do have a package, two of them anyway, coming. One of them is what I mentioned. One of them is something that I mentioned in my Celestia review, my Princess Celestia review. It is the opposite with the Guardians with the Guardians of Harmony set. So that figure, you know who that is, the opposite of Celestia in the Guardians of Harmony set, is coming. And then the second biggest Transformer ever released by Hasbro, part of the Titans Returns line, the face of the Titans Returns line. The reason the one thing that this was centered around, just like the Fall of Cybertron line was centered around the release of Metroplex. Well, we all know the Titans Return line is centered around this, and this thing is going to be here in my possession. You know exactly what figure that is. It's the same size as the Fall of Cybertron Metroplex that got released. And I'll be happy to finally have those 2 in my collection, because as a kid I wanted to get them, but as a kid, back in the 80s, those were a little bit more. But thankfully, nowadays something like those don't really cost that much. But those will be in my possession within the next, but that one will be in my possession along with the other Guardians of Harmony figure that's opposite of Celestia within the next 24 hours or so. But that's what's going on with my channel. I'm going to try to, as you notice, I've been doing a lot more lately, and hopefully I'll probably do a fan vid here and there, maybe, I don't know when. But just thought I'd let you know what's happening, guys, and comment down below, let me know what you guys think, and I am out, and thank you for watching this channel update and supporting this channel.